guys, I just wanted to give you a couple quick examples that we did in our notes so you had a video of them. Remember, we used this shortcut mnemonic to help us remember. We said that's a binomial times a binomial. Okay. In our examples during class today, we did this very first one, x plus 2 times x plus 4. So using FOIL, F stands for first term to first term. That's your F, x times x, x squared. O stands for your outer terms, which are the outside terms, x times 4. X times 4 is 4x. All right, then we have the inner terms. So these are the two inside terms. 2 times x is 2x. And then the last terms, which will be 2 times 4, which is 8. Once you've made sure that you have multiplied everything in the first parenthesis to everything in the second parenthesis, you want to check for any like terms. X squared is alone, so it's just going to come down, x squared. We have a 4x and a 2x. These guys are like terms. They add to 6x. And that plus 8 is alone, so it just comes down. This is going to be your answer in standard form. All right. So we did problem 1 in class. We also did problem 16. So let's take a look down here at problem 16. The only difference between this and the problem we just did is this has slightly bigger numbers, but otherwise it's the same. So let's give it a try using FOIL, first term to first term. 8h times 3h is 24h squared. Outer terms, 8h times negative 1 is negative 8h. Then we want to do our inner terms. Negative 3 times 3h is negative 9h. And our last terms. That's negative 3 times negative 1, which is positive 3. Both terms in the first parenthesis multiplied to both terms in the second parenthesis. Look for like terms. Nothing matches with h squared, so we're just going to bring them down. 24h squared. I have a single h here and a single h here, so that's negative 17h. And the plus 3 is also nobody to match with. Remember, we do not change exponents when we're adding or subtracting, only when multiplying or dividing. The last one on the front, we did problem number 24. What was different about problem 24 is it says this whole parenthesis is being squared. And I gave you the example, like what if we had 4 squared, that it actually means 4 times itself. So if I want the whole parenthesis times itself, I need to rewrite the whole parenthesis. And from here, it's going to be just like we did just on this problem up here on number 16 and on number 1. First term to first term. A times A is going to be A squared. Outer terms, A times 3B will be 3AB because you want to put those variables in alphabetical order. You've got your inner terms right here where you have 3B times A. So that's still going to be 3AB to keep your variables in alphabetical order. And then your last 3B times 3B will be 9B squared. Once we've made sure everything's multiplied, look for like terms. Nothing goes with A squared. 3AB and AB, 3AB, you get 6AB. And then this guy's lone plus 9B squared. This is going to be your answer in standard form. On the back here, we did a couple problems. We did problem number 1. All right, so let's take a look at that. The difference here is instead of a binomial times a binomial, we have a binomial times a trinomial. But the same process falls into place. We want to make sure this x gets multiplied to everything in this parenthesis, and the 4 gets multiplied to everything in this parenthesis. So use the same process. X times x squared is going to be x cubed. X times 3x will be 3x squared. And then x times negative 6 is negative 3x. Now let's go ahead and take the 4 all the way through. 4 times x squared will be 4x squared. 4 times 3x is 12x. And 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. Now that we've multiplied both items in the front to the trinomial, we look for like terms. X cubed, there is nothing else, no other variable with a cube, so we bring them down. X cubed. I have an x squared term here. I keep looking. There's another x squared term, and that's it. 3x squared plus 4x squared is 7x squared. I have a single x term here, a single x term here. Negative 3 plus 12 is 9, and just the x. That's wrong. That's supposed to be negative 6. I'm sorry about that, guys. That's supposed to be negative 6. So we get a positive 6 right here. So hopefully that's okay. And then negative 24 is by himself. This should match what you have on your notes today. X cubed plus 7x squared plus 6x. We did this one in class. We did number 7 in class. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the application problem because this one's no different than the other one that we just did. I want to know the area of the shaded problem. So I want the area of the big square rectangle minus the area of the small rectangle. So remember, area equals length times width. So let's find the big. The dimensions on the big are 2x plus 7 times 9x minus 2. Binomial times a binomial, so we'll follow our process. 2x times 9x is 18x squared. 2x times negative 2, negative 4x. 7 times 9x is 63x, and 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. I'm going to look for those like terms, which are here and here. 18x squared plus 59x minus 14. So this is the big. Okay. Now we're going to have our small. Our small's dimensions are 3x, and that's going to be multiplied by x plus 12. This is like we were multiplying yesterday, a monomial to some sort of polynomial. 3x times x, 3x squared, and 3x times 12 is 36x. Okay, with no like terms. And we said when we began, we want the area of the big minus the area of the small. So we have the area of the big, 18x squared, plus 59x, minus 14. I want all of that minus all of this, 3x squared, the small, plus 36x. This is what we did the day before yesterday, so this would have been Monday. You've got a negative in between. That means you got to distribute that negative sign. That becomes negative 3x squared minus 36x. We haven't done anything to the front half, so we're just going to bring it down. It hasn't changed. And then we're going to look for any like terms. Okay? X squared and x squared. So we have 18x squared minus 3x squared, 15x squared. I have a single x term, and I have a single x term. I have 59x minus 36x is 23x. And I got my negative 14 constant. He's going to go on the end. He's got nothing to combine with. So this would represent the area of just the shaded area. All right, hope this helps. Finish your homework, and I'll see you tomorrow. Night.